Hey team, Wade Wyatt here, and it's week 13, and this week I had to return back to core customer. We talked a lot about it this year in the first quarter, but the Stanley story and what I read in the Wall Street Journal, I just had to come back to this core customer concept one last time, and probably won't visit again this year. But if you want to grow your profit in your business, one way of growing it is growing revenue. Now, we are very specific at Red Wagon and the books that I've written. I do not think growing revenue should be the focus of your business. With that said, if you have a well-structured, well-ran, profitable business where you have done a great job of making sure you have the right products with the right core customer and you're doing all the right things and you're achieving great profit, the next step is to obviously increase your revenue. And in most cases, your revenue will just increase because you've done the right things. I wanted to highlight Stanley because it's just what an unbelievable story, and I didn't realize the growth. I see them everywhere. I know a lot of people enjoy using Stanley Cups, and they also came out of nowhere because for a while, and back in 2015, 2016, I actually was giving away Yeti cups as a giveaway with my logo on it, with the business I was at the time. So 10 years later, I'm just surprised to see a company come in and dominate a space that seemed to me Yeti and others had already dominated, and also Stanley had been in for 100 years. With their growth, though, it's incredible how from 2019 they were at $75 million, and now in 2024 they're at $750 million. And in the scaling up world where I come from and the work that I've done helping companies scale, Vern Harnish always talks about those 10x companies. What's it take to 10x? And one of the things we talk about is knowing your core customer. Sometimes, though, you believe you know your core customer and it's actually someone else. And here's an example where Stanley, because of watching social media and some of the things that were happening, discovered that actually women of a certain age and with a certain need were more their core customer than the traditional men going to work or going out fishing or whatever it was. And I don't know all the particulars, but I do know they use those influencers, the idea of getting different colors, going into Target, and they took the Stanley brand and they literally 10x'd it. Now this is thanks to their new CEO, president. I think his title was actually president, not CEO, but he was a CMO that worked over at Crocs, and then he came over to Stanley Cup as their president. And sure, he brought his CMO hat, chief marketing officer hat over, and was a big part of this. So incredible story, and I just want to take a chance to say, go back to your core customer and make sure you've identified the right one. I'm very cautious on pivots. And in my book, Wake Up Call, I talk about this, and in Grow Profit or Die, I warn you about this as well. Pivots are a sexy thing that sound great, and we're going to all of a sudden pivot over here and make all this money, and they often don't work. Here's an example, though, where Stanley Cup discovered, you know what, we don't necessarily have the right core customer identified. They recenter to the right core customer, and then all of a sudden they 10x the business. So with that being said, the tip of the week, go and revisit your core customer. We've already told you to do this several times this quarter, but this time we want you to revisit not what could you do for them, not what they want, but do you have the right core customer identified? And most likely you do, so this will only affect a few of you, but when we're talking 10x, and you may or may not get what Stanley Cup got, but boy, just the chance that you could get that type of growth, it's worth a revisit of your core customer. Hey, we're launching the book April 15th. If you made it this far in the video, please consider coming out April 15th to our book launch. But either way, look for Grow Profit or Die on April 15th. We picked that day. It's one of the saddest days in America, the day we have to all pay our taxes, or at least we have to submit our tax returns. And I just wanted to remind you guys that there can still be profit even on a sad day. So we'll see you at our book launch. And with that, have a wonderful, wonderful day.